Hey, welcome back to Major Slack Videos, your first stop for easy Elden Ring gameplay. In today's video, as promised, I'm going to show how normal people can get all the smithing stones required to upgrade any standard weapon of your choice to plus 15 within 1 hour and 45 minutes of a brand new game. And by normal people, I mean you're not an Elden Ring speedrunner, nor do you have any spectacular dodge rolling skills, and you don't know how to parry with your shield. Basically, you're just an average fumble-fingering klutzy gamer, like me. Now, I'm going to be showing you how to do this playing as the Wretch, not because I'm trying to make it challenging, but because I believe the Wretch is one of the best character classes you can use to prepare for the upcoming DLC, largely because of the generic starting attribute point distribution. As you can see, the Wretch starts out with all his or her attribute points at 10. Unlike other character classes, each character class starts out with all their attribute points distributed to facilitate a specific kind of build. For example, the Vagabond is best suited to a quality build, that is strength and dexterity. The Warrior is suited to a dexterity build. The Hero is a strength build. The Bandit is an arcane build. The Astrologer is an intelligence build. The Prophet is a faith build. The Samurai is kind of like a hybrid Vagabond, strength, dexterity, weapon master. Prisoner is obviously a strength, intelligence build. Confessor is obviously a strength, faith build. And then you have the Wretch, which is just nothing specific. It's just generic. And later on in the game, when you start respecking, the Wretch has the best advantage, because when you respec your character, you're not starting out at a disadvantage for any other build. Basically, you have a generic start. Okay, so that's why we're using the Wretch to do this plus 15 run. Alright, now I'm assuming you're all familiar with the basic attacks in Elden Ring. If not, please watch part 1 of my very first Elden Ring prisoner walkthrough. I'll put a link to that in the video description. Throughout this run, I'll be commenting on all the attack moves according to how the game officially calls them. Okay, so if you go to System, Key Bindings or Controls, whatever that is for you, scroll down here, and here you see the game officially calls all the attack moves like this: Attack, Strong Attack, Guard, Skill, and Event Action, which I'm just going to refer to as the action button. Okay, so this walkthrough is going to be cross-platform compatible. Doesn't matter whether you're playing on PC, Xbox, or PlayStation. Just refer to these attack names, if you will, in your key bindings or controls, okay, and you'll be able to understand exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so once again, attack, strong attack, guard, skill, and the action button. To do a charge attack, all you have to do is hold down the strong attack button. Okay, charge attack is hold down the strong attack button. Alright, let's demonstrate that. First of all, the Wretch, in case you don't know, starts out with just the club. No armor and no shield. Okay, don't worry about that. I'm going to get you through in fine style. Okay, demonstrate all the moves. By the way, here we are at the Church of Ella. This is one of the best places to practice stuff, okay, because they have like this big kind of field here with no enemies. And you can just practice all kinds of stuff here. So here we are at the Church of Ella. Here's attack, strong attack, charge attack, hold down the strong attack button, and guard. We can't do guard because we don't have a shield, but you can actually guard without a shield if you two-hand your weapon. Here's how you two-hand your weapon. Hold down the action button and tap the attack button. Okay? But once again, that's hold down the action button and tap the attack button. You can also do the same thing to reverse it, okay? So to two-hand your weapon, action, attack. And now you're two-handing your weapon rather. And if you hold down the guard button, you can actually block with your weapon. Alright? Now this is important because what I'm going to show you next, this is something typically we're going to be doing with a shield. Okay, this is something I'm going to be doing a lot in this walkthrough. This is called guard counter. Alright, this is where you go up to an enemy and you block with your shield, wait and let him hit you, and as soon as he hits you, tap the strong attack button. Okay, guard, let him hit you, and this is what happens. You knock him out, typically, and then you can just press the attack button to get a critical hit. Okay, I want you guys to practice that. If you're new to Elden Ring, practice that a lot. It's a very easy move. It's basically a layman's parry, an easy parry move. Okay, once again. Lock onto the enemy. guard. Strong attack, as soon as he hits your shield, you knock him out. Press the attack button to get a critical hit. Done and done. Next, I want you to practice hopping off your horse at a full gallop. Okay? Unlike when you're on foot, you have to hold down the dash button to sprint. Okay, now I'm holding down the dash button. Now I'm just just trotting. I have to hold down the dash button all the time to sprint. When you're on your horse, all you have to do is just tap the dash button to go into a full gallop. And obviously most of this run is going to be done with the horse at a full gallop. Okay, so once again, you don't have to hold down the dash button. Just tap the dash button and you go into a full gallop. I want you guys to practice hopping off your horse at a full gallop. And you do this by simply pressing the crouch button. Okay, so full gallop, press the crouch button and you hop off your horse. Okay, I'm going to be doing that a lot in this run. Okay, so practice that. And you could also use this to hop over short walls, which is really useful. So you can practice this at the Church of Ella. Charge towards this short wall and you can just hop right over it, just like that. Okay? Just tap the crouch button. Just basically dismount off your horse by pressing the crouch button just before you hit the short wall. So let's try this again. Just before you hit the short wall and you hop right over the wall. Okay? Going to be doing that a lot in this run. Okay, so that's basically all you need to know as a newcomer to Elden Ring. Guard counter and hopping off your horse at a full gallop. And now you're ready to do this Wretch plus 15 run. Alright, let's roll it.
Major Slack Videos.
Alright, here we go. Brand new game. Gamer Slack is down there in the trenches behind the gun, and MC Dub Slack here in the rear with the gear on the microphone. And we're playing as the Wretch. I'm going to name my Wretch Super Wretch, and the keepsake we're going to select is, as always, Lands Between Rune, which will give you 3,000 runes to start off with. And I'm just going to pretty up my girl here, playing as a female because we're going to be staring at a naked butt for the better part of 2 hours, and I do not want to be staring at a naked man's butt for the better part of 2 hours. That's why I'm playing as a female, alright? And that's it, and away we go. Play as Wretch, choose Lands Between Rune, and we're ready to rock. Going to be skipping all the cutscenes and fast tracking all the dialogue. Need to collect this to open this first door here. And it's pretty linear at the beginning. We're going to cut to the left once we get outside, go across the bridge, skip the boss fight, which is not, you're not really expected to beat that boss fight. You're grossly underpowered. It's just kind of a challenge thing. Right, so straight through here. As soon as you see the big boss red bar, health bar appear at the bottom, you can just jump over the side on the left to commit suicide and advance. Alright, unlike my other runs to save time, we're primarily focusing on picking up smithing stones and very little else. Okay, there's the boss. Just jump over the side. Yeah, we're just picking up smithing stones. Okay? So, you're pretty much just wasting your time playing Miss the Spotter, i.e. Slack, you missed this, Slack, you missed that. I didn't miss anything. I know where everything is. Okay? I'm merely electing to skip over a lot of stuff to save time. Alright, so after committing suicide, this little cutscene with the horse and Melina, and then after that's over, you get your flask of Crimson Tears and flask of Cerulean Tears. Basically, your red and blue flasks. Open this door. Up, discover the site of grace. And straight ahead to the elevator. If you want the whole enchilada, please refer to my ultimate power start. That run takes 4.5 hours, and this will net you a plus 16 standard weapon, a plus 6 special weapon, a plus 5 special spear dash, and about 140,000 runes, okay? Do all that in the first 4.5 hours in the game. I'll put a link to that in the video description. Ultimate power start, alright? So this is like an economy version of the ultimate power start, okay? We're just going after a plus 15 weapon and nothing else, alright? Discover the site of grace, and we're going to go straight ahead to the north to the Church of Ella. Unlike my ultimate power start in this run, we will not be going to the Altus Plateau. This means that we won't be locked out of Redmane Castle, which is important because you can get a lot of good stuff in Redmane Castle. In my ultimate power start, I went to the Altus Plateau to get some smithing stones 5 and 6. Grab this golden rune 2 here. by the way, and discover the site of grace. Yeah, I went to the Altus Plateau, but that locks down the Red Main Castle, and then you have to do the Radon boss fight, a pretty hellacious boss fight, before you can open up Red Main Castle again. So in this run, we won't be doing that, right? That's why we're stopping short at plus 15 instead of going all the way to plus 16, because you have to go to the Altus Plateau to get Smithing Stones 6. All right, and now we're just proceeding north through this field to the Gatefront site of grace. Stay off the beaten path to avoid the enemies unless you want to kill them. All strategies in this run have been carefully developed to accommodate gamers of all skill levels. Okay, most particularly those who are new to the game, or Mr. Fumblefingers, Mr. Fumblethumbs, Mr. Scaredy Pants, all those guys. Okay, stick with the slack and you won't get whacked. Okay, that's my motto. Everybody knows that. Okay, so rest here at the Gatefront site of grace, and you're going to beat Melon, and she's going to give you the horse. Just agree with everything she says, and I'm going to fast track this dialogue.
Sir, but I can play turning room to aid you. You need go to the foot. Then it's settled. Summon me. I bequeath you. It will summon Torrent. Treat him with.
Okay, so now I have the Spectral Steed Whistle. Put it in a convenient place, and 3 sites of grace you should favorite are the Church of Ella, Gatefront, and the First Step. And now you're going to go back to the Church of Ella and meet Rena, and she's going to give you the Lone Wolf Ashes.
This way tarnished. May I, a pleasure I am the wit. I'd heard and upon the talk.
It's going to just agree with everything she says. She gives you the Spectral, or rather, she gives you the Lone Wolf Ashes and the Spear Calling Bell.
It is about someone that the spirits will obey. Now it is that. Forgive me, I doubt we. How long will it be before the turn?
Okay, now the basic preliminaries are out of the way. We have the horse, we have the Lone Wolf Ashes, now we can get underway. The lands between Rune Keepsake that you got at the beginning, that you selected at the beginning, is worth 3,000 runes, and you collected another golden rune too, just in front of the gate, in front of the church rather. So now you have 3,400 runes if you go cash them in at the merchant here.
You're that I can also that you're not, then why not? I am Carly.
Cash them in by selling them and purchase the crafting kit and 1 cracked pot.
Goodbye.
That's it, 1 cracked pot. Okay, now we're going to go back to Gatefront, and we're going to get the Whetstone Knife, which will allow us to put Ashes of War on any standard weapon. Okay, so call up your horse, point to the east. Gonna gallop down here, ride around this guy, go straight towards this pillar here, bump into it to stop you, gather the map, and here you're gonna do a quick dismount as indicated over this short wall here. Okay, you're gonna gallop in this direction, quick dismount, hop over the wall, and there's gonna be a stairs going down into the cellar, and that will lead you right down there very quickly and easily. Roll it. Here we go. Don't worry about the alarm. There we go. Just hop over the wall just like I showed you. Quick dismount just before you hit the wall. Don't worry, they don't chase you down here. They very, very rarely chase you down here. Pick up the Whetstone Knife and the Ash of War Storm Stomp, which is pretty useless. And fast travel back to Gatefront. You can sell that off, this Storm Stomp Ash of War. Now, I'm going to head to the east once again. Hook around the left side to avoid all the enemies. I'm going to discover the Agiel Lake North site of grace. One thing you should also practice is rapidly looting stuff while you're galloping on your horse. And to do that, simply spam the action button as you're galloping over loot. Okay, now you're going to go to the east, past this giant sword sticking in the ground. And ahead you see an unmarked enemy camp. See 2 fires there. Go off to the right here, up this slope. Jump over the fence here, stop right here, see a little sparkly thing, pick that up. It's the Armorer's Cookbook 1. This will allow you to make fire grease. This is important. You need this. Okay? And here's a good example. Just run over something, spam the action button to quickly pick it up and take off. Down to the east here, look for the 3 birds. Jump off your horse just after the 3 birds, and this will lead you to this site of grace here. Okay, now we're going this way. Gonna make a bit of a drop. You may injure yourself a little bit on your horse, don't worry about it. Up ahead you see a gust of wind, that's called the spear spring for those of you who are new. Press the jump button on your horse to shoot way up in the air. And you're gonna land right, if you turn around, there's 3 Trina's Lily. Quickly grab them and take off. Trina's Lily will allow you to make sleep pots, which is going to be very important to this run. Okay, so follow the path I'm following here. Pick up stuff on the way. Gold tinged excrement, that's not really that important. Here's our second smithing stone 1. We picked up the first one at the church. I forgot to comment on that. So now we have 2 smithing stones 1. And now we're going after the cookbook that will allow us to make sleep pots. So head to the northeast, drop off this cliff here, veer to the right a bit, and you're going to drop off another cliff. Up ahead you're going to see what I call a golden rune graveyard. You're going to be hitting a few of these throughout this run. So named because there's a whole bunch of golden runes to pick up. And this purple sparkly thing is the Fever Cookbook 1. That'll allow you to make sleep pots. And pick up 7 golden runes here. You can just count them to make sure you got them all. Okay, so that's 3. That's 4. That's 5. 6. And 7. So if you count them, then you know you got them all. And now we're going to make a sleep pot. Put it in a convenient place. And head north by northeast to this kind of like this rock jutting out here. This rock right here. And this will allow you to jump down to a tombstone step and another tombstone step here. And down here, that'll give you safely down to the ground. Up ahead is the Third Church of America. Into the ravine and collect the mushroom on the left here. And another mushroom just around here. Oh, no, I skipped that one. And now we're going for one of the most important Ashes of War, pretty much the most powerful early game Ash of War you can get. And that's the Sacred Blade. This teardrop scarab here. I have to sneak up behind from this direction here, do a charge attack, and then another attack to finish him off. And that'll give you the Ash of War Sacred Blade. We're going to slap down on the club. It's going to give the club a lot of extra damage. It's going to give you a projectile attack. Extremely useful. Okay, so over here to the Third Church of America, collect the Sacred Tear and the very important Flask of Wondrous Physic. There's your Sacred Tear and the Flask of Wondrous Physic. And the Crimson Crystal Tear, which we probably won't be using. And rest here. And we're going to use the Ash of War ability. First of all, add the Sacred Tear. That'll make your flasks. Hang on a minute. Gamer Slack is just going like a bat out of hell here. Yeah, put the Sacred Blade on your club and make sure you select the Sacred Affinity, okay, to get the most bang for your buck. Now you're going back to Gatefront. By the way, I'm going to be collecting all these smithing stones in order. Okay, so we need 12 smithing stones 1 to get up to +3, 12 2s to get up to +6, 12 3s to get up to +9, etc., and so on and so forth. So I'm going to get all the smithing stones 1 within 18 minutes. Okay, so you can get a +3 weapon within 18 minutes. If you only want to get a +3 weapon, you know, or a +6 weapon, or +9 weapon, etc., etc., this will not require you to do the entire run. Okay, you can just stop whenever you like. Unlike my ultimate power start. Okay, so we're going to jam through Stormgate. Quickly collect this lump of flesh. Not really necessary. Make sure you do a little hop right after doing collecting the lump of flesh so you don't get staggered by the troll dropping down. And collect the butterfly and the mushroom. Whack this guy just for shits and giggles. And continue up the road. Golden Seed on the right here. And just follow my route up to the Stormhill Shack. Alright, so you're going to be able to get a +3 weapon in 18 minutes, a +6 weapon in 35 minutes, a +9 weapon in 42 minutes, a +12 weapon in 1 hour and 10 minutes, and finally a +15 weapon in 1 hour and 49 minutes. Alright, so if you want to stop off somewhere along the way, it's at your discretion. I'm doing it in order for that purpose, for your convenience. Alright, so collect the Stone Sword key at the Stormhill Shack. You don't have to talk to Rodrika. I'm going to show you a shortcut for that later on. Out here in this field, you're going to collect 3 more smithing stones, 1. So, including the one that we got at the Artist Shack, you now have 6 smithing stones, 1. And put a beacon right here. I'm just stopping, freeze framing the video here because like GamerSlack is going way too fast. Put a beacon at that exact spot there. That'll take you to another golden rune graveyard. This has a lot of golden runes here. Right there. There are, however, these what are officially known as sentry stones. There's one there. Just get near it. These ones that are bunched up, get near it. And it'll trigger it and it'll blow up. So there's 3 of them you need to trigger. And I always kill this ram here because it's a pain in the arse. And now you can collect 8 golden runes. You can also collect the rainbow stones that the sentries drop. I call them blow up worms. Sorry, rune fragments, not rainbow stones, rune fragments. Alright, now we're going to collect 5 more smithing stones, 1 in a statue. I'm going to freeze frame it here. Okay, here's the situation. We got 2 trolls, Sleepy and Asshole. And you see the smithing stone statue has 5 smithing stones 1 and 1 smithing stone 2. You have to sucker Sleepy into breaking open the statue. You can't break it open yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for Asshole to patrol over to the right and then start patrolling back to the left. That way his back will be turned. Then we can go over, hit Sleepy, go stand behind the statue. He comes over, breaks open the statue. Then we're going to throw a sleep pot at Sleepy, hence that's why we call him Sleepy, to put him to sleep, and then collect the smithing stones and be on our merry way. Okay, so that's the plan. Let's do it. Okay, so here comes Asshole. So named because he can really throw a monkey wrench into your plans here. Wait for him to patrol all the way over to the right. Once again, this is for the benefit of those who are new to the game or those who are just, you know, Mr. Fumblefingers. Okay, so now he's patrolling off to the left. Now we're going to make our move. Go up. Gallop near Sleepy. Either hit him or just, you know, get near him to get his attention. Then go gallops and stand behind the statue. Make sure you got a sleep pot ready to go. Lock onto his leg, either leg. He runs through the statue, breaks it open, back off, throw the sleep pot. And here is a little late, but now he's asleep and you can grab 5 smithing stones 1 and 1 smithing stone 2. And now it's basically a judgment call on how you want to get out of here. You're going to the north and try to get behind Asshole so he doesn't see you. That guy is sleeping, so you're good to go. But it's a judgment call depending on how long it took you to do all that. Alright, so now we have 10 smithing stones 1 and 1 smithing stone 2.
Not seen you before. Name's but let me ask, are you here and is your fate despite the...
Here we're going to talk to Bernal,
Takes me back. Any interest? All I know. Now's the time.
and we're going to buy the very important no skill Ash of War. We're going to put that on a shield, because most shields have the parry skill on them.
Well,
So we can use the no skill Ash of War to remove the parry skill. Put a beacon right here, and we're going to go get a shield. The Beast Crest Eater shield. Right behind this building here. Here you could just use Sacred Blade to wipe up this guy. It'll leave him just short of killing him. This guy here you can sneak up and do a charge attack. Should finish him off instantly. And in this chest here, grab the Beast Crest Heater Shield and take off like a bat out of hell. Because now you've alerted a knight that's in this camp and he's coming after you. He's watching that chest. And as soon as anybody opens that chest, he comes after you. So take off down here. And you're going to hear Alexander.
Can you hear me? Help me. I'm stuck. Hello?
Discover the Saint's Bridge. Site of Grace. And now we're going to go talk to Alexander. If you don't, you're going to miss out on an Exalted Flesh, a free Exalted Flesh, which is kind of like a little buff that will give you 20% extra physical damage. It's a pretty good buff.
Hello?
So make sure you go help this guy out.
Oh, I am peace.
Just agree to help him out
Don't dally.
and get behind him and do 2 charge attacks. 1, and he pops out. You get a gesture and talk to him and he gives you an Exalted Flesh.
Oh, that's... well, I thank you.
There you go. If you don't talk to him here, like if you don't help him out here,
On this side, doesn't the...
he's going to advance to the next stage of his quest, which is at the Gale Tunnel, which we're doing in this run. And if he advances to that stage, you're going to miss out on that Exalted Flesh, so yeah, do that. And across the bridge, just before getting all the way across the bridge, there are 2 more smithing stones, 1 right here. And that's it. Now we have 12 smithing stones, 1. I think maybe you have 13.
Oh, Jim, are you here as a customer?
And I'm just accessing this guy so that he'll appear on the map. And is Gamerslack going to show the time? No, because he doesn't care. Alright, down this way. Gonna collect 3 more Trina's Lily 1 and discover the Summon Water Village Site of Grace. So up the slope here, drop off here. Hope it's a skeletons are gonna spawn. There's the 3 Trina's Lily. Quickly grab those. Head to the east. Just head towards the tree here. Just beyond the tree is the Site of Grace. There we go. Now I'm going to apply the extra charge. Okay, and I would highly recommend you arrange your flasks 3 health and 2 FP. That's 3 red, 2 blue. Here we go. So let's do an inventory. There's our 12 smithing stones 1 and 1 smithing stone 2. And we're now at 18 minutes. Well, 19 minutes. Okay, let's go get 11 more smithing stones 2. These are going to be had in Liurnia of the Lakes. We're going to go back to Stormhill Shack and take the secret passage to Liurnia. I think what Gamerslack is going to do is go get the Strength Knot Crystal Tier first. Yeah, we're going to put a beacon right here. I'm just pausing the game because Gamerslack is going too fast. Or pausing the recording rather. That's why you heard a drop out in the sound. I'm making another sleep pod to put this troll to sleep. Once again, this is for the benefit of those who are not very good at the game. Those of you who are like more daring, you know, like you can just run around these trolls and, you know, do your business. So, lock onto his leg, throw a sleep pot. That'll make sure he doesn't, like, you know, put a monkey wrench into your plans. Pick up an arterial leaf and a very important Strength Knot Crystal Tier. Make sure you grab this. This is important to all the strategies that are coming up later. And don't anyone dare post a comment saying, "You're wasting a Trina's Lily, Slack." There are 83 Trina's Lily in the game. 83. I had never, ever, ever used them all up. Not even close. I'm lucky if I use 20. You know, I'm lucky if I use 20 sleep pots in a run, in a typical run through the game. So, you're not wasting Trina's Lily. Don't let anybody, you know, say you're wasting Trina's Lily. Okay, so just follow this road up here. We're going to take the secret path to Liurnia. If anything, I'm trying to learn to use Trina's, like, learn to use sleep pots more often instead of less often. Make sure you grab this cookbook here that allows you to make soft cotton and rainbow stones. And you're going to hook around. Here I'm looking for the torch, which I usually buy, but I didn't buy it this run because I was being a cheapskate. So just follow my path through the dark passageway here. You can pick up stuff on the way, but the main thing is just jump over or run around all the wolves that you see on the way. There's going to be two packs of wolves on the way. Unless you want to kill them to try to get some thin beast bones. First pack of wolves is right here. Just go around them or jump over them. And there's a mushroom here, you might want to grab that. And there's another pack of wolves right here. Just jump over them or run around them. Yeah, sleep pots are incredibly useful, and there's so many Trina's Lily in the game. We really should be using them more often, not less often. Alright, so discover the lakeside... lake-facing cliffs, Side of Grace, I believe it's called. Just discover it. Don't rest there yet, because something is going to happen when you rest there. And into this church and get this sacred tear. This will make your flasks more effective. And now you can fast travel back to the lake facing the cliffs. Basically, the more sacred tears you pick up and apply, the more HP or FP your flask will refill every time you drink up. Alright, now you can rest and Melina will appear and take you to the round table. Just agree with everything she says.
Me to determine if you have. It seems torrent, whereas there is, but I can take gathering place. Very well, let my hand.
And we arrive at the round table. First thing you do is going to talk to Brother Corin.
Explored so that one day ensuring. By the way, you do most time you are well.
And you're going to buy the heal spell. Even though you can't use it yet, don't worry about it. It requires Faith's 12. We only have Faith at 10. I'm going to take care of that shortly. Okay, so apply the Sacred Tear. Buy the heal spell. And we're good to go. Make sure you equip that heal spell using the memorize spell menu and talk to Rodrika. Basically, we need to talk to Rodrika twice and the blacksmith twice. Basically, Rodrika, blacksmith, Rodrika, blacksmith.
You're a new friend, no matter loud you're up.
Okay, down there about Rodrika, and you want to sell off just enough to have 1,600 runes.
The girl you bought, she's cracked. She has it. I saw her now. Their eyes.
Okay, so Rodrika again, and blacksmith again.
It's all a bit. I'm still looking. You're telling I don't, but if I do, I suppose I should try. I'll ask Master Hugh. Certainly, I know he's trapped. I can tell.
Back already, no matter. The girl. Are you out of your food? Absurd. I refuse. I don't.
Okay. After having talked to Rodrika twice and the blacksmith twice, rest, and Rodrika will move to her new place and set up shop as a spirit tuner, where you can use to upgrade your Ashes of War. We won't be doing that in this run, but you should do that now anyways. And I just equipped this Strength Knot Crystal Tear in the Flask of Wondrous Physic. And I applied the No Skill Ash of War to the shield. So now the shield's parry skill will not override your weapon skill, which is important. Now you can use your weapon skill and the shield at the same time. Now if you talk to Rodrika and click on the please dialogue, she'll give you the jellyfish ashes. You can get these earlier at the Storm Hill Shack, but you have to plow through a lot of Rodrika's dialogue to do that. So this is a bit of a real shortcut to get the jellyfish ashes, which is why I didn't talk to her at Storm Hill Shack, in case you're wondering. Now you're going to buy the finger seal and hook it up. And back to lake facing cliffs, and now we're going to begin the Liurnia Smithing Stones 2 run. Straight down this path. Okay, so we spent 800 runes on the finger seal. We now have 800 runes left. We're going to use that to buy 2 Smithing Stones 2 from a merchant up ahead, just past this unmarked camp here. And the best way past the camp is just go around the left side. Up ahead you can see a fire, that's the merchant, and there's also a site of grace there. Okay, I'm just waiting until noon to keep the night monsters out of my way. Grab a smoldering butterfly, talk to the merchant. You're gonna buy 2 smithing stones 2. He has more, but you only need to buy 2. There you go. Now, we're gonna get the map, but there's 3 enemies around the map pillar that can be dangerous for low-level characters. So first thing we're gonna do is get the 2 fingers, I forget what it's called, the 2 fingers heirloom. So just ride northeast to the shore here, and there's a rather dangerous doggy in the field here. Okay, northeast to the shore. We're gonna go to Purified Ruins Camp. So make a fire pot and make sure your club is ready to go with Sacred Blade. To easily kill this dog, just do a Sacred Blade and throw a fire pot immediately afterwards. So Sacred Blade, fire pot. Kills them every time. Now you want to go into sneak mode, into Purified Ruins. Cut to the left as soon as you get past this wagon here. Sneak past all these guys. They'll get alerted, sneak around here, hit the ground with a club, and this will open up the cellar. Go down in the cellar. And pick up, drum roll please, the 2 fingers heirloom. This will increase your faith by 5 points. So back to the site of grace that we were at previously. Now we can use the heal spell. So equip that talisman, and our faith goes up 5 points. We now have 15 faith. Okay, and you can use this to kill certain enemies, believe it or not, if you're not familiar with this. So now we're going after the map. You can see the map pillar clearly marked on the empty map. Just put a beacon just to the right of it a little bit, because we want to sneak up on that map pillar. Okay, right there. Go to the beacon. Gonna get off at your beacon and sneak up on the map pillar. You can even open up your map again and put a, there it is right dead ahead. You can like put a beacon right there so you can clearly see it. There's 3 of these, I forget what they're called, these enemies all around the map pillar. Just sneak up and cast the heal spell and it will instantly kill them. One may be wandering around, but here this time all three of them are there. You got the jump on me, that's okay. Cast a heal spell, instantly kill them all. These guys can be particularly dangerous if you let them get out of hand. So here you go, we got map my Liurnia East. And now put the beacon right here. And I'm just pausing the video. I'm like post-production slack, pausing the video there. So you can see exactly where to put the beacon. And there's a site of grace there. All these enemies here, these guys with the little tinkle bell and whatnot, they can all be instantly killed with the heal spell. Alright, discover the site of grace. You can grab this cookbook here. We're not going to need it, but you might want to get it. That allows you to make freezing grease. Right here. Don't really need that, but yeah, you know. Alright, up ahead, dead ahead, there's Miss Yellowfingers showing us, is a pagoda. Gazebo pagoda. What we want to do is do a quick mount just before reaching the steps of this pagoda. There's a fairly dangerous revenant enemy that spawns there. You can actually kill him with 2 heal spells, but we don't really need to. There's also a smithing stone 3 right there. We're not gonna, just gonna skip over that. We don't need it. Okay? And take this teleporter, and this will teleport you up to the South Ray Locaria Gate. Once again, I know there's a smithing stone 3 there. Don't need it. Just skip over it. Discover the site of grace. And now we're gonna gallop down and to the left. Make sure you make a sleep pot. Get that ready to go. Okay, and cut to the left here. Down this way. Jump over this guy. Past the stairs going down on the left, and you're going to jump on top of the roost here. Double jump, 1, 2, and double jump, 1, 2. Get on top of this roof and look for the giant crab down here. And you're going to throw a sleep pot at him. Wait for him to get close though. This will put him to sleep for 1 minute. It's the easiest way to take care of this guy, because these guys are a pain in the ass. Throw a sleep pot, and he dodged around it, figures. Didn't work, so I'm going to have to make another one as soon as my item crafting becomes available again. Here we go, let's make another one. That rarely happens. 99 there, big boy. Okay, down he goes. You got a full minute, so don't panic. Before you go down there, I recommend you double back here. Get the golden sea, because it's right here. Or we're not going to be coming back this way. Okay? Now I'm going to go back between these 2 buildings, cut the left and then to the right, and into this area where the giant crab was, and pick up 3 smithing stones, 2 right here. Boom. Okay? Proceed to the south to get out of here. And you're looking for these fallen runes, and kind of sort of in the shape of a pyramid. They're dead ahead, just past that tree. And they are called, or rather the site of grace is called, Fallen Runes of the Lake, I believe. Fallen Runes of the Lake. From here, we're going to go south to pick up 3 more smithing stones, 2 from another pagoda. I'm just getting rid of this beacon. Okay, see that pagoda right there? This is surrounded by these giant crayfish, which are basically death on a stick. There's 4 of them here. So I strongly recommend you jump off your horse right about here and sneak in. There's one right there. These things will, I mean, pardon my French, they will fuck you up in a New York minute. So don't mess around with these guys. There's 4 of them here. One of them will mess you up in a New York minute. So can you imagine getting all 4 of them on your ass? Okay, so there's 3 more smithing stones too. And go back to the fallen ruins of the lake, site of grace. So now we have 9. We only need 3 more to get a +6 weapon. Here you're going to put... Basically look for the highest point of the Academy of Ria Lucaria, that's why I looked up there. And go directly in that direction. Basically going towards the corner of the rampart here. Okay, once you get to the corner of the rampart, turn to the left a bit, you see a pagoda way off in the distance. And once again, you can do a quick dismount just before arriving. Just before hitting the steps, do a quick dismount. And you're going to hop into the pagoda and run around the back to hide from all the magic bullets that the flower is going to be shooting at you. Here they come. This will give you good cover. Once the magic bullets stop, quickly grab the smithing stones 2 times 3. And you now have 12 smithing stones. 2. So you now have a +6 weapon. And is Slack going to show, is Gamer Slack going to show this? Do an inventory Slack? Add boy, who's good Slack. There we go. 12 smithing stones 2. 1 and 2. And the time is currently 35 minutes. Okay, so you can have a +6 weapon in 35 minutes within the start of a brand new game. Let's go get a +9 weapon. For this we're going to need to collect 12 smithing stones 3. Okay, so just follow these cliffs on the right. Once you get out into the open, you're looking to the north. See that big rock slanting up into the sky? Go to the right side of this rock formation. You see a little kind of rock formation leading up. There's a dragon there. As long as you keep your distance, you're not going to alarm them. Go about halfway up here, go into sneak mode, and slide down to the left. Slide down. Slide down. Stay in sneak mode, and grab the Academy Glintstone key. And those are some cuckoo... This beacon I'm laying out, just ignore this because I've got a better way to get to where we're going. You can grab these kukri here, if you like. And quickly hop on your horse, because that's going to wake up the dragon. Turn around to the north, and I'm going to show you how to get to the next side of grace. See these 2 angular rock formations? You're going to go straight down in between them, and immediately hook around to the left as soon as you go in between them. Okay, just like that. This is something I recently figured out. Like, right when I was doing this recording. Because I was going towards the beacon, and then I kind of looked off to the left and went, oh, wait a minute, that side of grace is right there. So, it's a much easier way to find that side of grace. Okay? Okay, so we can add a flask charge. Get rid of that. Okay, so now we're going to get the first batch of smithing stones 3. If you look to the north and slide out to the right, you see a pagoda in the mist in the distance there. Make sure you got your heal spell ready to go, because these horsemen can be instantly killed with a heal spell. So run in, hop off, grab the 3 smithing stones 3. If they give you any problems, just cast the heal spell for an instant kill. And if the other one doesn't mess with you, don't mess with him. Go back to the site of grace and get the fuck out of Dodge. Pardon my French. Next, we're going to go back to the fallen ruins of the Lakeside of Grace. And you can see the map pillar clearly marked on the empty map. Off to the right there. So put a beacon there. Right where on that map pillar. And we're going to go straight there. By the way, at the time of this recording, it is now Thursday, June 20th at around 1 p.m. Eastern. I know the intro was recorded a couple of days ago. So the DLC, basically, for me, it's dropping at 6 p.m. I know people in, I believe in New Zealand are already playing it. Yeah, for me it's dropping at 6 p.m. Yes, I am so hyped. I am so hyped for this. Be advised that I'm going to continue to do real walkthroughs, so don't expect, you know, a real walkthrough of the DLC like right now, like tomorrow, you know, obviously. Okay, so I'll put a beacon where I just put it, like on the circle right there. That'll mark another pagoda. That pagoda has another 3 smithing stones, 3. I recommend going to the bridge first and then slant over to the pagoda. About halfway there, get off your horse and get to sneak mode, because there's a couple of these killer crayfish here. That's a good name for those guys. Killer crayfish. Yeah, I recommend sneaking up and grabbing these. Okay, so now we have 6 smithing stones, 3. Back to the Academy Gate Town Site of Grace. I'm going to get rid of this beacon, and now Gamer Slack is going to do a rare thing and actually show us where to put this beacon. See this curve in the map right here? You're going to put a beacon right in the crook of that curve. Then you're going to follow this road down here. At the end of the road, you're going to put another beacon there. Alright, thank you very much, Gamer Slack. And we're going to go towards those beacons. This next batch of smithing stones is right nestled in this giant, they're actually called giant Miranda sprouts, those giant flowers that spew out poison and spew out magic bullets like this one is about to do right now, which I recommend just kind of cutting off to the right to avoid the magic bullets. And now go towards the beacon. This will place you just before another one of those giant Miranda sprouts. Get off your horse. And I'm going to show you something here. The smithing stones 3 are right there. See the little sparkly thing right below the flower? If you gallop up there on your horse, you're probably going to fumble around on your horse trying to pick him up. It's highly likely. And by that time, the Miranda sprout's going to shoot out its magic rain, and the flowers are going to shoot out the poison. It's just going to be a total clusterfuck. I strongly recommend that you run. Instead, just run on foot, quickly grab the smithing stones, and then get on your horse and gallop away. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Just run straight there. It's a lot easier to pick up these smithing stones on foot. Grab it, hop on your horse, and run. And go towards your second beacon. And it's probably going to shoot at some magic bullets, so you can cut to the right here. Leave this beacon. Don't disable it by running through it. Just leave it right there, because that's going to be useful. Okay, so now we have 9 smithing stones, 3. We only need 3 more to get a +9 weapon. Rest to get all the enemies to stop being hostile. Leave that beacon there. And you see this circle right here is kind of hidden in the greenery. Put a beacon right in the center of that circle. That's where another pagoda is with another 3 smithing stones. 3. Go there. This is also full of poison flowers. You may get poisoned trying to grab these smithing stones. Don't worry about it. As soon as you grab the smithing stones, you're going to run back to the beacon near the site of grace. That's why I had you leave it like active. Okay, and I usually just run in with the horse, grab it, and then we're going to go back to the other beacon. Here you go, now you can disable this beacon. And now we have a +9 weapon. I'm going to do an inventory there, Gamer Slack. How about an inventory? There we go. We got a 12 ones, 12 twos, 12 threes, and the time is now 42 minutes from the start of a brand new game. So if that's all you want is a +9 weapon, you can do that within 42 minutes of a brand new game. Let's go for a +12 weapon. So we need to collect 12 smithing stones for. Now, this is going to be getting into dangerous territory. See this fork in the road here? Put a beacon right beside it, and we're going to go there. Basically, all I have to do is just follow the dirt path, as I'm doing now. And this will hook around to the left and up towards that beacon. Just follow the dirt path. You're gonna come to a fork in the dirt path. Take the left fork. There's a fork. Take the left fork. Up ahead are a couple of fire monks. Pass by on the right fire monk, and that'll keep you out of danger. Pass by right there. The left one will be too slow to react. These 3 fire monks, I suggest you veer off to the left up on these rocks here to avoid them. And dead ahead is another site of grace. Discover it. Run through the beacon to disable it. Out in the field there are a couple of flame slugs with 3 or 4 smoldering butterfly. Gather the butterflies, kill the flame slugs optionally. I'm not going to bother. But you can kill them to see if you can get some more butterflies. Just grab those and head to the south on this rock bridge here. This will take us to the artist's shack. Out in the field to the left of the artist's shack is our first smithing stone 4. This guy here. Grab that. Now we have 1 smithing stone 4. You can discover the site of grace as a matter of convenience, because this is way out of the way. Now we're going back to the first step site of grace. And before we go any further, we're going to collect some weaponry and upgrade it to facilitate getting through the Gale Tunnel, Fort Gale, and the absolutely hellacious Celia Crystal Tunnel. So just go due west from the first step site of grace. Look for the 2 birdies. There's the 2 birdies on top of the rock, and drop down near beside them. Collect a couple of mushrooms on the way here. Drop down on top of these runes here and ride them down to the beach. Double back. Go underneath the ruins to find what I call the coastal merchant. Grab some smoldering butterfly, and from this dude you're going to buy the following. First of all, you're going to sell off to have 7,000 runes. Okay, sell off enough gold runes to have 7,000 runes. Or more, just a little more. But you need 7,000. Now you're going to buy the short bow, 3 smithing stones 1, and that cookbook. That cookbook will allow you to make fire arrows. Okay, so that's a short bow, 3 smithing stones 1, and that cookbook. I forget the name. I think it's called the Armorer's Cookbook 1 or 2. Anyways, he's only got 1 for sale, so buy that one. Into the cave to discover the site of grace in here, just as a matter of convenience, because this is kind of like way out of the way. So if you want to come back here for whatever reason, you got the site of grace. And rest here to get the smoldering butterfly at the merchant to respawn. Done. The short bow is going to be indispensable for what we're doing next. You wouldn't believe the cheap trickery we can get away with using this short bow. By the way, I've been working on this run for like on and off for a couple months now. Like a lot of hard work went into this run, so I'd appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to help support my efforts. Back to Brother Corrin at the round table, and you're going to buy the Flame Sling spell. Once again, the Flame Sling spell. And over to the Twin Maidens, and you're going to buy the Short Spear. Okay? Okay, so here we are at the round table. Flame Sling spell and the Short Spear. The Short Spear is going to be our primary weapon for the foreseeable future. Back to the Saint's Bridge site of grace. We're going to go across the bridge and buy 3 more smithing stones 1 from the merchant across the bridge. By the way, it's highly likely I'm going to be uploading a no commentary version of this entire run to this no commentary channel I've been working on in secret. What? Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'll talk about more of that in a minute. Buy 3 smithing stones 1.
afraid of them.
Now we have 6 smithing stones, 1 which we could use to upgrade the short spear to +2. So go back to the Church of Ella. And we're going to use the smithing stable here. Smithing, what did I say? Smithing table to upgrade the short spear to +2. That's all you need. Okay? And this will leave our collection of smithing stones untouched. Okay, so we didn't use any of our smithing stones. We still have 12 1s, 2s, and 3s. Here you're going to buy 2 cracked pots, the remaining 2 cracked pots that we didn't buy earlier, and spend all the rest of your money on arrows, regular arrows. So I'm assuming that you have just over 7,000 runes. So you should be able to buy about 100 to 150 arrows. You want lots of arrows, you don't want to run short. And I would recommend setting your flasks to 2 and 4, 2 red, 4 blue. And make sure you load up the Flame Sling spell. And you want to put the Sacred Blade Ash of War on the short spear. Sacred Affinity. Now check this out. The short spear you can like actually stab while keeping your shield up. And check out the damage that it's doing. Now 194 damage. But if you shoot a Sacred Blade, now you see it's glowing yellow. Now it's charged with 284 damage. That's a huge damage increase simply by shooting a Sacred Blade. This is what I'm going to refer to henceforth as pre-charging the Sacred Blade, or pre-charging your spear. Okay? So all you have to do is shoot a Sacred Blade anywhere, and you pre-charge the spear with extra damage from 195 to 284. Okay, so back here at the Aguil Lake north side of Grace, Gamersack is getting away from me. Find this strange rust-colored bush here, stab it, and you'll talk to Bach.
Thank you. I was pushed out and I ended up in...
Plow through all this dialogue and it'll give you 10 free mushrooms.
When they... So this is all I hope. Or I couldn't then...
Now you're going to go to the War Master's Shack. What you can do is you can bookmark or favorite this video, and when the no commentary version run of this video is up and running on my no commentary channel, I'll put a link in the video description. You go check that out. So here, look for this little curve here just north of the War Master's Shack, and put a marker and a beacon there, and we can farm some smoldering butterfly there. Once again, Gamer Slide is going a little too fast for me. Collect some root resin there, and a mushroom behind the shack, and go towards the beacon. Okay, so once again, War Master's Shack, beacon to the north where I showed you. Collect some root resin, mushroom, and go to the beacon. Here is a couple more flame slugs, and there are like 8 or 10 smoldering butterfly just floating around here. Great place to farm smoldering butterfly. That's why you should put a marker there. The flame slugs, I think they have like a 25% chance of dropping another smoldering butterfly, so that's why you should always kill them. Grab a mushroom here, and that is our business complete here. Now we are ready for Fort Gale. Now, because we go back to the Stormhill Shack first, and because we talked to Rodriga, we got Rodriga to spawn at the round table. She'll leave a golden seed for us here, so pick that up. And you're going to put a beacon in between Stormhill Shack and War Master's Shack, about halfway in between. Doesn't have to be exact. Just kind of point you in the right direction. And we're going to go get some fire arrows. 5 free fire arrows. But we will have to kill a Cade mercenary. These guys are a force to be reckoned with, but you can easily kill these guys with your +2 short spear with Sacred Blade on. So pre-charge it, and then just hide in the bushes here and wait for this guy to come down. What you're going to do is wait till he turns his back and starts walking away. Get up behind him, do an attack, which will be a sneak attack. It'll knock him down, do a lot of damage. Dodge back 3 times and cast Sacred Blade. Backstab, dodge back 3 times, cast Sacred Blade. And these guys always roar right after being knocked down, so they leave themselves wide open to an attack. And there's your 5 free fire arrows. Alright? Who loves you? Slack loves us, that's right. Don't you forget it. Alright, so now we are off to I don't know why I'm going to the Third Church of America. Oh yeah, right, Shafra. This is the Shafra River Run. So go to the Third Church of America. There's a map beacon, or map pillar rather, clearly marked on the empty map. Put a beacon there. And yeah. I believe it's officially pronounced Shifra, but I think that's going to confuse people. So yeah, I know, according to the official Gaelic pronunciation, I'm mispronouncing it, calling it Shiafra, but, well, what can I say? I think people are going to recognize what I'm talking about if I call it Shiafra. Okay, so just follow this dirt path down to the beacon. There's a small bear just hanging off to the right here. You can easily kill this guy. Once again, the short spear you can stab while keeping your shield up. So put your shield up and just press the attack button. And you can stab while being behind the safety of your shield. All thrusting weapons can do this. Okay, so make sure you kill this guy because he can be a pain in the arse. Make a sleep pot. This is for the giant rune bear. Scratching that post there. Go through your beacon. Get the map. Throw a sleep pot at this guy, which may not be necessary, but I've seen this guy go hostile if you break his line of sight in the front. Yes, you can pick up this cookbook here without having to throw a sleep pot, but once again, there's so many Trina's Lily in the game that go unused typically. Make sure you grab these thin beast bones here. 3 thin beast bones, that's important. And now we're going to go take the... No, strike that. We're going to go to the southeast here, up these rocks. Right here, and collect very important spiked cracked tear. To put in your flask of Winter's Physic, and then just go counterclockwise around the Erd Tree. Collect some tarnished gold and sunflower, but you don't need to. That's just, you know, they're just there, and I can't resist a freebie. And into the Shiafra River well, and take the elevator down. And I'm just going to fast track this because this is a long ride down. And it's a great time to check out your inventory. Okay, we are here for 3 more smithing stones 4. Once again, there is a ton of other stuff that we're going to pass by. Purposely, because I just want to get the smithing stones. Now you want to load up your flask of Wondrous Physic with the Strength Knot Crystal tier and the Spiked Cracked tier. Do this before you forget. Okay, once again, Strength Knot and Spiked Cracked. Very important. Alright, and let's go to Shiafra River. Alright, entirely optional. Pick up this Golden Rune 3 and another Golden Rune 2 here. And when we get to the top of the hill, we're going to hook around to the right and go up on a little platform. Best to dismount off your horse here so you can easily grab the smithing stone 4. Okay, turn around, head to the northeast. Lots of stuff to pick up in this area. You're going to pass by it all. I know smithing stone 2 on the left, golden rune on the right. Just going to skip it all. Up here, cut to the left and go out into the dark pool area here, just over this rock. And hold up here, Slack, hold up. I'm going to show you. This is where the smithing stone 4 is. Okay, and there's a golden rune 4 there as well. If you just want the smithing stone 4, go for the pickup on the right. This is surrounded by claymen. This could give you a bit of a hard time if you're fumbling around trying to pick up stuff here. So, like I said, if you just want the smithing stone 4, that's exactly where it is. And I actually Fumblefingered this, which I sometimes do, so I had to double back. And these claymen will knock you off your horse if you give them a chance. So yeah. Okay, so we got that. Up the stairs. And take the elevator up. Now I'm going to detour from the plan a little bit and just drop down here to get 3 beast liver. This is kind of an out of the way location, so, and these are quite valuable, so you should grab those, even though I'm not using them at all in this run. Okay, so we're going to continue up the hill, stick to the right side to avoid a giant crab on the left, and at the top we're going to cut to the left rather, a little bit to get to the next site of grace. Okay, so now we have a total of 3 smithing stones, 4. Next stop, see the stairs off in the distance there? The pillar at the bottom of the stairs on the right has the map for this area. So go grab the map. Alright, and now you're going to put a beacon exactly where GamerSlack is going to show you. It's at the junction of these 2 walls here. A wall here and a wall here. Right here on that square. And go directly towards the beacon. I mean directly. Aim your compass so that's directly towards the beacon. And watch out for these lightning balls here. Okay? These will kill you in a New York minute. These are extremely dangerous. See any of these? Veer around them. Just give them a lot of space. Next thing to watch out for is the land octopuses. They're just kind of like creeping all over the place. And there's one kind of hiding off to the left here, right here. Okay? He often does this giant leap and lands on you. I'm not kidding, like a sumo wrestler as you're trying to pick up this thing here. So just ignore that thing. Okay, and pick up the Trini's Lily there. And go towards the lighted alcove. Cut to the left here. And if you look, see the sparkly thing there? There is the smithing stone 4. Okay, so just going to run in and grab it and run out. I recommend hooking around clockwise, so just run around like this, grab it, run out, hop off your horse here to hide around the corner here in case the poison flowers there shoot some magic stuff. Now, what I do next I don't recommend. I was going for the gold pickle foulfoot. I don't recommend this because I almost got whacked. And there's the gold pickle foulfoot. Basically you want to go generally in a southeast direction, avoiding all the land octopuses and the lightning balls, and find this opening here which will lead you to a giant archway flanked by 2 fires, and that's where the site of grace is. I thought I could get away with that without incident. Apparently not. Okay, rest here to de-aggro all the enemies, and let's get rid of that beacon. Get rid of the beacon slack, attaboy. Okay, so now we have 4 smithing stones 4. The next 8 smithing stones 4 are going to be found in Gale Tunnel. The fastest way to get to Gale Tunnel is to go to Summonwater Village outskirts. And we're going to ride up the hill into Caelid. On the way, we can pick up 2 more Trina's Lily in Summerwater Village. I'm just going to wait till daytime. There is a boss enemy in here, a Tiber Mariner. It's no big deal. If you ride around to the off to the left here, you probably won't even spawn. Okay, right about here are 2 Trina's Lily, 1, 2. And that's a smithing stone 1 there. We don't really need it, but you know, if you're into grabbing everything, it's right there. And up over these rocks and head up the hill. Just follow the path up the hill. Aim yourself towards the giant yellow Erd tree in the distance. And you want to avoid the church on the left. If you get too near it, an invasion is going to spawn. It's going to box you in. You're going to have to deal with the invasion rather, and you'll probably die. So just avoid that church. Once you get to the top of the hill, you're going to see a smoldering wall. Over the smoldering wall, you're going to discover a site of grace. I don't know why I got off my horse here. You don't need to do that. Discover this. Then you're going to turn back to the southwest. This is the Rot View balcony site of grace. Okay, to the southwest towards these rocks here. Cut to the left, hop on these rocks here. Due south. Golden Ring Graveyard there if you want to loot that. I'm not going to bother. And cut to the right around these rocks, and this will bring you down to the Gale Tunnel entrance. Alright, now according to the official game guide, it is recommended to have a plus 12 standard weapon or a plus 5 special weapon in order to comfortably go through Gale Tunnel. And we only have a plus 2 short spear. Of all things, a short spear on top of that. So this is like way above our pay grade. But once again, stick with the slack and you won't get whacked. Right? Strategy rocks in Elden Ring. If you know what strategies to use, you can do a lot. Okay, so make some fire pots. We're going to pre-charge our spear. Sneak in. You're going to target the guy on the left first. Throw a fire pot, then do a guard counter. Shield up, let him hit you. Guard counter, down he goes. That's it. Next guy, you're just going to backstab. Should be a one shot. Down he goes. And to get to the bottom, you're going to have to clamber down the rocks on the left here, carefully. There's a Somber 2, I believe, in this little tunnel here. Now is the point of no return. Now that you've done this, you can't get out of Gale Tunnel until you've gone through it. But you don't have to do the boss fight. Okay, and once again we're after 8 smithing stones, 4 in here. As you can see, all the sites of grace are blocked off. They got a red line through them. Can't fast travel anywhere until we get out. Okay, so make sure that your flask of Wondrous Physic has got Strength Knot and Spiked Cracked. Make sure your flask is set to 2 and 4. Pre-charge your spear. Actually, what you want to do is make sure you've got a lot of fire pots ready to go. And take the flask of Wondrous Physic first, then pre-charge your spear. Then we're going to sneak down this tunnel here. There's a Radon soldier right there. You can one-shot him just by walking up and backstabbing him. Immediately lock onto the miner down below, throw a fire pot, and run away like a little girl, because that fire pot's not going to finish him off. All the way down the tunnel, make sure you get some good distance. Use Sacred Blade to finish him off. Now hustle up now, because you've only got 3 minutes on your flask of Wondrous Physic. 2 more Radon soldiers here. Target the one on the left first. Fire pot, guard counter. Block, strong attack, boom, down he goes. And backstab this one. Sacred Blade on the mini octopus. Now we're going to double back onto the platform. There's the smithing stone 4. Load up 2 more. So now you want a total of 3 fire pots. Get them ready to go. And you can see 3 guys at the bottom of the stairs here. 1, 2, 3. Target the middle one and throw all 3 fire pots with reckless abandon as fast as you can. Often you'll kill all 3 guys. If you don't, use Sacred Blade to finish off any stragglers. And make 3 more fire pots. By the way, fire pots scale with strength, so your fire pots are made a lot more powerful. Throw a fire pot at this guy because he's got an explosive stones bag on his back, so all I have to do is hit him with a little bit of fire and he'll blow up. Could have used some flame sling on him to save a fire pot, but this guy threw a fire pot. Get into the open here, he's going to come up, you're going to do a guard counter. Do it exactly like this. Everything I'm doing exactly like this. Guard counter, take him out. Why? Because there is a guard down here that if you alert him, he'll blow his bugle and then all the miners will come after you. Okay? And we're going to take him out now. So pre-charge your spear. Go in here, stick to the right side. Hug the right side all the way and see. Don't alert this guy right here, sleeping up against the pole. backstab him to instantly kill him. And now you don't have to worry about that anymore. This guy's got an explosive backpack, so you can throw a little fire at him. You could use a flame sling, but I just use a fire pot. He'll blow up and knock over this guy here, which is pretty funny. And you can quickly finish him off. Backstab this guy, but it won't kill him, so be ready to do a follow-up attack. And that's it. Smithing stone 4 there, and another one here. Don't forget the gold pickle foul foot slack. Attaboy. Right there. Now we're going to go into Octopus Cave. Make sure you make a sleep pot or two. Okay, there's a giant land octopus hiding out up to the left. I'm going to show you this in a minute. Just inside and up to the left, he's right there. Okay? As soon as you get a ways in, he's going to drop down. He is priority number 1. We're going to throw a sleep pod at him to put him to sleep and then run around to collect everything. The biggest problem is all the little mini octopuses that are down on the ground right now. They will hijack your lock-on. So you want to kill as many of them as you can so that it'll be easier to lock on to the big guy. Just use Sacred Blade and keep your distance. And you hear the big guy just drop down. It's going to take him a few seconds to come out in the open. Okay, now I'm testing my lock-on. And I'm going to try to lock on to the big guy. Now I'm going to throw my sleep pot. That's going to put everybody to sleep. Now we can run around and collect everything. Most importantly, another smithing stone 4 right here. And the cross naginata and the somber smithing stone 4 right here. And you know, if you want like a little revenge, you can myrtleize these little baby octopuses. They don't pay much. I just like doing that right in front of this guy's nose. Get some kind of grim satisfaction from that. Okay, that's that. So that's all the hardest part of Gale Tunnel. The rest is a cakewalk. Pre-charge your spear. Another Radon soldier here. Get up behind him, backstab him, instant kill. Drop down. This is another bugle boy. Go up to him. Do a charge attack to knock him out. And a crit hit to finish him off. Note that the charge attack with a short spear is like a double stab. Here, I don't know why I was using flame plots. I think it's because I was mixing it up with the previous strategy. You could just use flame sling to set these guys off if you want to save a flame pot. Because you don't need to do any damage. All you need to do is set them on fire. And make sure you get these large glintstone scrap. These 5 large glintstone scrap. Very important, okay? Grab those. Alright, out here off to the right is the boss door. We're not going to do that. That's the magma worm boss fight. It's like, forget that. Level 1 with a +2 short spear. No. And around behind Alexander is a smithing stone 4. Now we have 12 smithing stones 4, and we are at 1 hour and 10 minutes. So if that's all you want, it's a +12 weapon. It'll take 1 hour and 10 minutes from the start of a brand new game to get it.
What's going on? Well, gosh.
It's time.
Talk to Alexander to get him to go to his next spot. And let's have a little rest. Alright, here we go. 12 smithing stones 5. This is the most difficult part of this run. We're going to get 1 smithing stone 5 in Redmane Castle. We're going to get 3 smithing stones 5 from a statue, a breakable statue in Caelid, and the other 8 we're going to get in Celia Crystal Tunnel. the hellacious Cilia Crystal Tunnel. So out we go from Gale Tunnel, collect a mushroom, and off to Rotview Balcony. And we're going to make our way down to Fort Gale. Fort Gale is going to give us two things: a shortcut to Redmane Castle, and the Star Scourge Heirloom, a talisman that will increase our strength by 5. Okay, so we're just going due south from Rotview Balcony after climbing up on those rocks there. And you can see Fort Gale off in the distance. There's a giant dog here. If you get close enough to him to trigger him, he'll start fighting the soldiers, and then the soldiers will kill him, and you can earn up to 1,000 runes just like that. Potentially. So I'm just gonna wait. You see off in the distance he's fighting the soldiers. Every kill that they do, you get the money for. There you go, see the money, the dollars are rolling in. I think I got 1,000 runes just like that. Yeah, that might be worth waiting for. Okay, let's wait till nighttime. I normally don't do this because I don't like doing this run during the night, but if you don't want the knight that's guarding Fort Gale to start raining down not fire, but magic arrows on you, you can avoid that by riding it at night. But this means you have to do the whole rest of the run at night, like the Fort Gale run and the Redmane Castle run. Okay, so just gallop up here towards the fort. Off to the left is a this kind of like magic knight. If he spots you, he'll start shooting his magic arrows. Like they come down like a rain. So we avoided that by running in at night. So up here, through this debris here, you're going to pre-charge your spear right here. Don't get any closer yet. Pre-charge it here, and then clamber around on these logs or this branch here. Hop quietly up on this platform here, get behind this guy, and backstab for an instant kill. There we go, and up the ladder we go. And now we're going to get into some real sneaky short bow cheap trickery to get rid of a lot of guys here. And you should definitely sneak across this beam here. I know what the hell I was doing running across. Yeah, there we go. Sneak across, backstab this guy. Get the warming stones. Okay, up on that platform there, 2 soldiers and a knight who will spawn if you just simply run in and run out like this. Normally one of the soldiers will follow you just doing that, but this time it didn't. That didn't happen. So here I'm kind of wondering why. And then I even looked down in the pit to see if he kind of like dropped down behind me while I wasn't looking. No, that didn't happen. So they just simply did not give chase this time. So I'm gonna have to go up and like, you know, motivate them. So I'm gonna do a cheap shot at the knight, who is right there. Cheap shot at him. Run away like a little girl. Go all the way across the beam. These guys have problems crossing the beam. I don't think I've ever seen one of them ever cross the beam. They'll attempt to get close and then they'll drop down below, which is exactly what you wanted. Here you go, drops down below and you got rid of him. And these guys, they skipped that day in school where they, you know, they taught you how to climb ladders, so they don't know how to do that. Rinse and repeat with one of these soldiers. Harass him. Run away like a little girl across the beam. Keep harassing him with arrows until he goes over the edge. And over the edge he goes, and he also skipped that day in school where they taught you how to climb ladders. So if you can't climb the ladder. This last guy we're just gonna take out with the dogs, the wolves. I would strongly recommend spawning the wolves much deeper into the platform here so that they target this guy, because they may target the guys down below. So we actually have to hit this guy to get all 3 wolves on this guy. There, I've attacked them. Now my wolves' assignment is to protect me. So they all spawned here. Down he goes. And this is what we came after. The Star Scourge Heirloom. Put that in your talisman slot rather, and you got 5 more strength points. So that plus the strength on crystal tier, we can bump the Wretch's strength up to plus 25, a whopping plus 25, just like that. And just so you know, fire pods scale with strength. The more strength you have, the stronger your fire pods are. That's going to be important in Celia Crystal Tunnel. So, up the ladder and take the teleporter. This will take you to directly in front of Redmane Castle. Gallop quickly up the hill here, because there's ballistas up ahead. And you're going to get a deflate on these ballistas right here. Now there's another flamethrower slash ballista here. The only problem is this guy right here. As you're speed running through, he sometimes knocks you off your horse. So I just want to shoot him in the head, get him to come down this way a little bit, and then we're going to gallop up. Up over here. Go to the top of the hill on the path. Watch out, a giant magic troll is going to drop down. But you can easily gallop away from him. This way. Little gap to make here. And follow this route all the way up. You're going to have to run past a whole bunch of bats. It's fairly easy. The only hard part is the hidden gap. I'm going to show you that in a second. Here is the hidden gap. Watch out for this. Alright? This has gotten me many times. So make sure you do a big jump over that hidden gap and you're in the clear. Here the stairs lead up to a door that's locked, so don't bother taking the stairs. Instead take the ladder. At the top, I'm going to pre-charge my spear. Normally this does not alert the soldier off to my left, but this time it did. I don't know why. So he got alerted, so now we're going to have to fight him the hard way. I was planning to just simply backstab him. Got him anyways. Guard counter on this guy. And I was going to use a warming stone, but it costs 20 FP to use, and I've only got 19. Here I wasn't sure which would give me more bang for my buck, either using the heal spell or the warming stone. I decided to go with the warming stone. There we go, all better. Pre-charge your spear before dropping down, and there's a doggy at the bottom. Get that shield up and stab the doggy while your shield is up. No problem. And the smithing stone 5 is in this room here. Just past where that guy came out. Right there. Okay, and let's get the F out of dodge. This short wall, I previously thought it was you couldn't get over it, but you can actually get up on the wall. Not here. Not there. Here. Here we go. And let's just go up quickly on this platform here. Get a golden rune 6. That's it. Basically our work is done. Now we just need to get to the site of grace, because we are a long way from the original site of grace. Okay, I'm trying to get this guy's attention here. Get into my... Alright, it's flame slaying time. One down. Guard counter. Gotta love that guard counter. Alright. Flamethrowers time. Basically, you take out your short bow and you're gonna pelt these guys in the head once or twice to knock them off their flamethrower. Then they'll come around and you can deal with them. And they're pretty weak, so you have all kinds of options. You can Sacred Blade, you can do a guard counter, maybe throw some flame sling. Dealer's choice. Sometimes take 2 or 3 shots to knock them off their flamethrower. Here he comes. This time I elected for flame sling, didn't work. Guard counter, that worked just fine. Okay, we only have to take out one more. This one right here. And he's an obstinate little bugger. Finally knocked him off. And watch what happens. This is so funny. Yeah, this guy is like, cease fire! Oh! It's like, it's hilarious. This guy you can just leave alone because you can get past him, like, in between shots. And then just get around here, and this will get us safely to the site of grace. Finally, after leaving Fort Gale way back when, because now we finally unlocked the site of grace at Redmond Castle. Alright, now we're going to go out to Caelid and get 3 smithing stones, 5 in a breakable statue. And we have an extra flask charge now. So I strongly recommend 1 and 6. Strike that. We don't have the extra flask charge yet. We're gonna go get that. Because right now we only have 1 golden seed. We're at the point where we need 2 golden seeds to get the next flask charge. So come here to the Third Church of America, and we're gonna take a secret waygate out to northeast Caelid. Waygate is right in here. This is drop in Grail's Dragon Barrel. Open these doors here, and there's a site of grace just inside. And there's Gerunk the clergyman. When you collect death roots, you can bring them to him and he'll give you rewards. That doesn't concern us now. Avoid this winged enemy right here. Don't get too near him, otherwise you'll spawn him. And he will wipe you out. This is way, way above your pay grade. Okay, so just give him a wide berth here. Then you can come back towards the road. Go straight down the road, and don't forget the golden seed at this tree, this golden tree right here. In this area, it's full of vulgar militiamen. I'm going to show you one right now. These little guys right here, they're called vulgar militiamen. Basically, death on a stick to a low-level character. They will kill you in a New York minute. But they're worth 1,000 runes each. So if you can figure out a way to kill them, this is a great place to farm runes, because there's like 20 of these guys all around this field here, and there are a lot of, easy early game ways of wiping those guys out. I've covered that in my other walkthroughs. Down to this site of grace here. And we're gonna go galloping across the bridge. Just completely ignore how menacing the dragon looks and run between his legs. Go right under his wing. No problem. Now you want to stick to the cliff, the edge of the cliff on the right side, to avoid another boss enemy up ahead. The putrid avatar is a force to be reckoned with. Once again, way above our pay grade. Stick to the cliff's edge on the right side, gallop all the way down. And there he is, right there. I don't know if you were able to spot him, but he's there. All the way down the hill to the site of grace. Now we're going for the map. I should have showed you the empty map because the pillar is clearly marked on the empty map as usual once the fog of war is cleared. But if you just follow this route up this slope here past the dragon, little baby dragon, follow the path up, you're going to eventually go into a pool with a couple more dragons there. Here I'm attempting to bring up my map, that's why you keep seeing me doing something like this, and the game won't let me bring up the map because there's hostilities in the area. Okay, you can grab this guy here, 3 slivers of meat, and there's the map pillar dead ahead. Bump into this and grab the map, and the site of grace is just up ahead underneath this kind of looping branch, dead ahead. Okay, so now we have everything we need to get the 3 smithing stones, 5 and the breakable statue. Now we can add an extra flask charge using 2 golden seeds, and I strongly recommend 1 and 6 for your flask distribution. Okay, 1 and 6. That's for Celia Crystal Tunnel, which is going to be the hardest part of this run. Okay, now you're looking for 2 dashed lines, okay? There's dash line number 1, there's dash line number 2, and there's a curved line right there. The spot where dash line number 2 and the curved line intersect, put a beacon just to the left of that. And that will show you exactly where this breakable statue is with 3 smithing stones, 5. If you put on your bow, you see it right there. By the way, that's called precision aim with the bow. If you don't know how to do that, just equip your bow, tap the attack button to 2-hand your bow, and then hold down the guard button, and you can aim around freely. Okay, so drop down where I showed you. That's a safe place to drop down. Now we need to get this dragon up to the east down to break open the statue. We can't break it open ourselves. It's just like the statue at the beginning with the troll. You need to get a strong enemy to break it open. So go up, harass this dragon right here. He gets all upset, and just simply get him to chase you. And he basically just slow walks down. So here he comes. Don't get too far ahead because he'll lose interest. So as you're backing down towards your beacon where the statue is, I'd recommend keeping him at the distance where your head is even with his head. You see what I'm doing there? That's the correct distance. That way you're safe from his attacks and you're not so far away that he'll lose interest. Okay, just keep proceeding like that. It's going to knock over all the trees and whatnot that gets in his way. Because, you know, he's obviously not an environmentalist. Yeah. Okay. Keep him interested. At this point, I usually like to dismount and continue on foot to give me a little more control. Okay, so we're going towards our beacon. Keep him nice and close. At this point, do not proceed too far ahead, otherwise he'll despawn. There, he broke the statue, now you can just run away and get him to despawn. And he despawned. And you got yourself 3 more smithing stones, 5. There we go, now we have 4. Only 8 more to go, and those can be found in Celia Crystal Tunnel. The final leg of this tour. We're going to the first step site of grace to kick this off. Okay, now get on your game face. This is it. This is the tough stuff. Don't worry, stick with the slack, and you won't get whacked. First thing we want to do is farm a flight pinion. You can get flight pinions from most birds. There's a couple birds on our way to the Dragonburn ruins. 2 birds right here. Just shoot them with your arrows. See if they'll spawn a flight pinion. I think it's like a 50% chance of spawning a flight pinion. This one got one. That's it. You just need one, and this will allow you to make a batch of fire arrows. Now jump down, head to the north, and you're looking for a crab hiding out under like these curved fallen ruins. Right there. Just harass him with an arrow and sucker him to come out. You can see he's guarding 3 Trina's Lily. Make sure he takes the bait and comes all the way out. So hang around here, make sure he comes all the way out. Once he's all the way out, he's abandoned his post at the Trina's Lily against company orders, and you can just run in and grab them. Okay, so head to the south. Do not go out in the middle of the lake, otherwise this big flying dragon will spawn. So make sure you go south past these low curved ruins, and now you can start heading east towards Dragonburnt ruins. You're gonna run up the left side here, and you're looking for the glowy stick. It's a kind of a multiplayer thing, I forget what it is, but that glowy stick there. Jump over the wall here. Grab 2 more Trina's Lily here. If you're feeling daring enough, you could also grab a smoldering butterfly here and here. If not, just simply go straight down the stairs into the cellar. You get to the bottom of the stairs, spawn your wolves, and take a pot shot at the rat there. There's 5 rats in here. Make sure you drink up your flask of cerulean tears so that you empty out at least 1 flask of cerulean tears. That way, when you kill all these rats, you'll get an enemy group respawn. Or enemy group refill, rather. Okay, and shields up. Stab with your spear behind your shield. Let your wolves do most of the heavy lifting. And once all the rats are dead, there's your enemy group refill. So now you're going into Celia Crystal Tunnel with a full load. This is important, okay? All your flasks are full. How do you get to Celia Crystal Tunnel? It's like you open this chest here, which is not a treasure chest, but rather a transporter trap, in case you've never done this before. And this will give you a shortcut to Celia Crystal Tunnel. Make sure you have your Flame Sling spell ready to go before you open that chest. Okay, now get ready to follow my instructions precisely. I've worked on this strategy for a long time to make sure that it's, you know, roll through those barrels there. You want to spot this miner patrolling here, lock on. 2 flame slings will kill him. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you the bane of your existence here in Celia Crystal Tunnel. These are death roaches. I call them death roaches. They're officially known as Kindred of Rot. There's 5 of them that you have to kill in here. There's actually 7, but 2 of them we don't have to kill. These are a force to be reckoned with. This guy here, we can kill him by just spamming 5 flame slings at him. You could actually stun lock him by simply spamming flame slings. Okay, let's roll it. Make sure you got 2 fingers heirloom on, lock on, and spam those flame slings. Just keep spamming as fast as you can. And you see he'll attempt to throw these, what are known as pest threads, which are deadly. See, he just shot them out there. If you see him throwing out those pest threads, roll to the left for cover, because those things just do a ton of damage. those things right there, called pest threads. If you see him launching those things, roll away. But most of the time you can stun lock him out of it. As he's attempting to throw him, you've got your next flame sling off and you knock him out of it. Occasionally though he gets away with one. Now, after throwing out 5 flame slings, if the 5th one fails, which sometimes happens, don't start using your next flask. You want a full flask of Cerulean Tears at this point. So this is why I'm using the bow to finish him off. This is important. Right, now you want to make some fire arrows. And that's the good ones, the one with the fletched fire arrows, okay? Make a batch of 10, and also make a batch of fire pots. And make sure you put on the Star Scourge heirloom that you recently picked up to bump up your strength by 5. Okay, making the fire pots. Get them ready to go. Star Scourge heirloom is on. Drink your flask of Wondrous Physic. Now your strength is at 25. This will make your fire pots do 393 damage. And these death roaches have 753 health. So make sure you position yourself on those little rocks there. I'm going to show you those little rocks again. And throw a fire pot at that guy. And that will wipe out half his health. There's a certain position up there on that little slope there that you have to position yourself in to be able to throw the fire pot at that death roach on the roof. And I'm going to show you that position next time. Now he's half dead. Just have to throw another one. Now watch him through the roof and wait till he calms down. He's pacing back and forth. He's suspicious. Don't do anything yet. When he calms down, he's going to park himself at the far edge and stand still. Right now. There. He's calmed down. Now look for this little pile of rocks right there. You see that? That's the position. Okay? Stand there, lock on, and throw that fire pot. Otherwise, the fire pot might just go sailing over his head, which is really annoying. Most other positions up on the slope there, the fire pot's just going to miss. So make sure you position yourself over those little pile of rocks there. Okay, there's a little miscue here. I thought we were going for the 3rd death roach in this area. I've changed my strategy in this area so many times. Like I said, I've reworked this run a lot. So forget about loading up the large glintstone scrap in your pouch for now. Instead, you're going to equip your club, of all things, and make some fire grease. Remember we got the fire grease recipe way back at the beginning of the run? Okay, get that ready to go. And we're going to take advantage of the spiked cracked tier effects, which gives you extra charge attack damage. Grease your club with fire grease, lock onto these guys and do a charge attack to instantly kill them. Okay, so we're stacking up damage here. We're getting extra damage from the spiked cracked tier. The miners are susceptible to strike damage and the club does strike damage. So that's how you can instantly kill all these miners. So go around and do this first while your Flask of Wondrous Physic is still active. There we go. Instantly kill all those miners. Now, we're going to shoot now, loot later, so instantly go back up here. Now we're going after the 3rd death roach in this area. And for this we're going to use the large glintstone scrap. The 5 large glintstone scrap that we got in Gale Tunnel. To make that jump there, make sure you jump from candle to candle. Here you're gonna like shoot the 5 glintstone scrap at this death roach up here. Shoot all of them, and he'll get knocked out. And then try to finish him off with a barrage of fire arrows. And roll back as soon as he shoots those pest threads, because they can do a lot of damage, as you can see. Make sure you position yourself on the corner of the roof of the shack like that, so you can instantly roll off if you get in trouble. This guy here is a pain in the arse because he's up on that platform there, And as soon as you get near the top, you can't even get close to him without him getting alerted. So he's really difficult to deal with. There's no sneaking up on him, even if he's sleeping. Okay, so he's dead. Same thing here, equip your club, fire grease. Here I wasn't exactly sure if I killed that guy, but now I know he's dead. Sneak up behind this guy, charge attack. And why didn't that kill him? Because the spiked cracked tier was no longer active in the the Flask of Wondrous Physics. So you can see clearly the difference that makes, eh? So yes, it's a rich tapestry, these strategies that I'm laying on you here. Everything is carefully calculated. A couple of flame slings will kill this guy. Yeah, follow my instructions exactly. Stick with the slack and you won't get whacked. Grab yourself a rune arc here. And all the enemies are dead in this area. So now we can collect all the smithing stones. There's 4 smithing stones, 4. Strike that, 5. 4 smithing stones, 5 in here. So that on top of the 4 that we already have, we should have a total of 8 now. Don't forget the golden rune in here, it's pretty valuable. How about an inventory stack? You're going to do an inventory? Or you're going to collect more cracked crystal? These are really useful for crystal darts. Might as well grab them. Okay, that's this area done. Let's do an inventory. And indeed, we have 8 smithing stones, 5. Need 4 more to get a weapon up to plus 15. Equip your spear. Make a sleep pot. Oh yeah, and equip your bow too. Equip the 2 fingers heirloom for extra damage on your see here, I didn't do it right. So you want to get over and make this jump from candle to candle. That's how you can make that jump. And jump over here and jump over here. You want to get that that pickup up top there. If you miss it, you can spam jump your way up here. Just keep trying, you'll get up there. And then hop over this here, turn around and grab this. This is very important. These 5 cuckoo glintstone. That's going to help you take down the next death roach. Now here, proceed carefully. Make yourself a sleep pot. There's a miner just around the corner. He's a royal pain in the fucking ass. Pardon my French, but he is. I've nicknamed him the problem miner. Okay, so what you want to do is sneak up here. If you look on the left side of the screen, you can see him right there. Use your bow, precision aim, and aim right. See it, this kind of like this V shape here with the rocks? Just to the right of it, just above it, right there. Okay, aim there. Switch to your spear without moving and throw a sleep pod there. He'll hear the sound of the sleep pod, advance forward a little bit, and that'll put him to sleep. Pre-charge your spear. 2-hand it. Go up near him. Press the attack button to get a critical hit. Instant kill. Who loves you? Slack loves us, that's right, don't you forget it. That's the only way to instant kill that guy. Otherwise, you've got a royal fight on your hands. And I don't know how many times I've died to him, and I've had to start Selly Crystal Tunnel all over again. Okay, so do it exactly like that. Advance out here a little bit to get the Death Roach out there to spawn, because he's sleeping and you won't be able to target him. And tuck yourself in the corner right behind this Somber Smithing Stone 4. And equip those 5 cuckoo glintstone. Make sure you stand as far back as you can and tuck all 5 of them. If he shoots out some pet threads, get ready to bail. And this always brings the miner rushing. So run down here. After you huck out all 5, run down here. He drops down. Sacred Blade, dodge back. Sacred Blade, kill him again. Or rather, Sacred Blade again, and that'll kill him. He always rushes, so get ready for that. That's not a maybe. He will come. As soon as you shoot out all 5 glintstone. Now what happens with this Death Roach is completely random. He may drop down below, which is ideal because you can just shoot some flame slings at him. Or worst case scenario is what's happening now. He stayed up above and he's spamming pest threads at you. So you gotta get up top, take cover, and just kind of take pot shots with the bow at him until you can kill him. But he's almost dead. Okay, so make sure you keep well to cover because those pest threads, as you've seen, do a lot of damage. And we're weak as a kid, and we're like a level 1 Wretch, so you can't afford to take chances. Okay, so I just rolled back to get away from his pest threads. I ran out of arrows. As you can see, we're getting low on the flasks. I've only got 2 Cerulean Tear flasks left. That's why I had to go 1 and 6. Don't forget we have the heal spell, so you don't have to worry about having too many health flasks at your disposal. You can always use the heal spell. Okay, so you're shooting at the pest threads. Make sure you keep the cover. And when he calms down, come out, lock on, and finish him off with arrows. Alright, that's it. 1 more death roach to go. Equip your finger seal and some flame sling. Make sure you've gotten everything behind you. 2 more smithing stones, 5 here. 1 and 2. Inside the shack is the rock blaster sorcery. Make a fire pot, that's for later on. Equip it. Here you want to make sure you have the 2 fingers heirloom on for extra damage on your flame sling. Up the ladder and stop at the top. Just stop, crouch, carefully follow my route here like this. On the edge here, go to the ladder. Go to the corner here. This way you want to alert the miners. Then you can target this guy on the left. A couple of flame slings. This is really rare that the first one won't hit. 2 flame slings will be an instant kill. Crouch. This guy comes over to investigate. Wait till he clears the debris on the right there, and then a couple of flame slings will kill him. Now at this point you should kick down that ladder. I didn't do it because I was, it's just being cocky, but that ladder right there. Gonna get Mr. Yellowfingers to show it. Show the ladder, Mr. Yellowfingers. Yeah, right there. Okay, kick that down. So if worst comes to worst and you screw up, you'll be able to get back up here easily again. Okay, now the final death roach, I'm going to show you where he is. He's right here. Okay, Mr. Yellowfingers is showing. He's hiding in there. Basically just going to blast right past, cut to the right, and hide behind the barrels. And you've got your fire pot ready to go. Hide behind the barrels. He's going to slowly come out to investigate. Lock on. This is a Hail Mary. Either way, it's going to do you some good. When he comes out, lock on and throw that fire pot. You may hit him, or if it misses, because he'll duck, then rush him. Then do a guard counter. He's very susceptible to guard counter. Do a critical hit. Now count 1 banana, then do a charge attack. It's a double stab, knock him out again. And he's down. Make sure you get right up in his face, as if that fire pot misses, get right up in his face. Because that way you'll prevent him from shooting the pest threads. Because they won't shoot the pest threads if you're right up in the face. If you're right up in their faces. Okay, so back out here, get the Dragon Wound Grease, which you don't need, and the Somber Smithing Stone 4. And the final Smithing Stone 5 is right there. These 2 death roaches, if you just sneak up here, don't speed sneak, just quiet sneak, like slow sneak. And follow my exact route like that. And you can grab that Smithing Stone 5 without alerting him. And that's it. You now have a plus 15 weapon. And Gamer Slack just wants to get out in the clear before we do an inventory. And here, this is what you should have done earlier. Kick down that ladder. Okay, so let's do an inventory. You now have all the smithing stones required to get a plus 15 weapon. Final time. 1 hour and 49 minutes. Not my best time, but you know, approximately somewhere between 145 and 2 hours you can do this run in. But you know, I'm sure that you don't really care. You know, just follow my instructions, and you know, it's more about getting the job done rather than, you know, doing it in record time. But it can be done in under 2 hours. So there you go. Once again, I've been working on this on and off for several months. I'd appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up, post a comment, and most importantly, subscribe to help support the channel. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for watching. Once again, I am totally committed to the DLC. The DLC prep run will continue. At the time of this recording, I'm 3 hours away from downloading the DLC. Yeah, can't wait. But obviously, you know, I'm going to be doing a real walkthrough of it, so it will take me some time to get that up and running. So the DLC prep run will continue. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page, and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1. That's all. That's all it takes. All right? Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.